I tell you, Richard, I noticed that the last couple days, it's the draft has been way more effective than it ever has at Charlotte. I was listening to the radio with Mark Martin yesterday, and he kept saying, he says, I can't believe what the draft is doing. I mean, you know, it's never been a deal. The draft has always been something in the Busch car, but it's really effective today.
Well, you can look at it right here, guys. Here is Jeff Bodine in the 7, just in front of him, the 16 of Musgrave. Musgrave running in 23rd, and a lap further back is this Bodine car, and you can really see it happening out there.
Right. He's really coming on him. You know, when they come off the corner, here he comes. And he's probably going to pull out and try to pass him right now.
Guys, I hate to say it, but I think I had a little trouble with my 43 car there. I see he's slowed down and running around there a little slow now. He's been running pretty good, you know, 12th, 15th all day long, but it looks like he's coming in for some kind of difficulty, and I doubt if they can fix it.
13th is the position he was in as he brings it on to pit road. Bobby Hamilton bringing in number 43.
Everything looks all right, Richard.
Yeah, but he doesn't slow down.
They say it's got a bad vibration.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's some put tires on it. Go.
Maybe they can get lucky with it. But he's been running the same lap with him, and this is going to put him a lap down. That always hurts.
I'll just make him have to try and fight harder.
2 laps to halfway. And Bobby Hamilton back underway. The STV Pontiac coming out, checking those gauges. Doesn't want to get over that speed limit on pit road.
Sterling Marlin, Michael Waltrip,
Bobby
Labonte, and Terry Labonte. They're all 4 running nose to tail, and the draft just took him right by him.
Fourth, 5th, 6th in that group.
Yeah.
Laps led at halfway. Chevrolet dominating with 164 as we come to 200. Ford has led 27, and Pontiac 9. Pontiac's getting back.
They led some anyway.
Yeah. That's the best they've been. So like you say, that's a positive note.
And Michael Waltrip looking real racy in that number 30. It's still Schrader with the lead. Ken Schrader out in front at halfway. In the second spot, it is Earnhardt. And look at Bobby Labonte making that move inside of Sterling Marlin. Sterling fading back. Michael Waltrip picking up another spot. And here comes Terry Labonte. See Kyle Petty down on the inside. He's running a couple of laps, maybe 3 down now, back in 30th position.
It looks like Ricky Rudd is just about to run Dale Earnhardt down, and going to pass him and be in a hunt for the lead.
Morgan Shepherd right back up, and what a good year Shepherd's having. He's up in the point standings for the Winston Cup Series with a good, consistent mark. This 95 finish was that 3rd down at Talladega. It's kept him up in the top 10. He's been in and out of that top 10 for a while. Robert Presley
must have had an unscheduled stop. 42 car had a stop.
He's 3 back. Kyle Petty just coming out. Robert Presley has come back on the track. We've come to halfway in the 36th annual Coca Cola 600, and Ken Schrader has the advantage. Earnhardt's in second, then Rudd, Bobby Labonte, Michael Waltrip, Terry Labonte, and Sterling Marlin all running together with Morgan Shepherd.
Maybe it's scheduled stuff. There's a lot of cars starting to pit, so.
Green flag pit stops. They should be coming up soon, folks. 204 laps have been completed.
They're starting to happen.
5 cautions thus far in the race for a total of 23 laps. We'll give you a complete halfway rundown shortly.
That's what I told you. Ricky Rudd was chased Dale Earnhardt down, and it looks like he's going to pass him, and Schrader is just not much ahead.
Talk about a rundown. Here comes Rudd with a vengeance in that tie car. So it's Schrader, Earnhardt, and Rudd, the top 3 in the 600 as we come to halfway. Back with the second half after this.
Hey, race fans, Budweiser asks who won May 28, 1989 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Series championship contender Rusty Wallace in his Pontiac, the 27. And car number 7, the Ford pole sitter Alan Kulwicki, showed plenty of early muscle in the 600-miler. Gerald Waltrip came to Charlotte as the defending race champion, but a broken sway bar bracket threatened to knock the 17 car, very colorful this year, out of contention. Other drivers fighting for the victory included the 5 car of Jeff Bodine and the Budweiser car driven by Terry Labonte. But who won? Here's the list of contenders. The answer after the break. With a little patience, Darrell Waltrip scored his 5th 600-mile victory on this day. What also helped DW was the demise of other top contenders. Rusty Wallace, with a blown motor, finished only 31st. And after leading the most laps, pole sitter Alan Kulwicki also lost an engine and lost his chance to win. Waltrip's path was now clear. He had to overcome his on-track deficit from those earlier problems, but he did that handily, winning his 4th victory of the year, 77th overall in Winston Cup competition. Who Won is brought to you by Budweiser. For that clean, crisp, cold taste, nothing beats a Bud.
Steel area camera giving you this great view of the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where Ken Schrader is continuing to lead at lap 212. We're working the 212th lap at the present time, putting a lap on Brett Bodine. We just saw Grissom on pit road. Musgrave has just pitted. We saw Rusty Wallace come back on the track. That was at lap 211. There you see him with the front end taped up. It looks like he took a punch in the nose. Actually took a punch in the tail end of that car that sent him spinning into the first turn wall.
And then punched the nose.
The 90 is in. Mike Wallace. 17, Hensley pitting.
6 car.
6 car is in.
Again.
That's the 9th place car, Mark Martin. And the 33 is also in. Rick Mass is in, number 1.
And they're putting 4 tires on Mark Martin this time.
Yeah, they figured that other deal wasn't the way to go, right?
That didn't work.
4 cars in.
4 car. They're running. 4 car was I don't know who's driving that thing again. It's Sterling Marlin is, yeah.
He was 7th or 8th, I think.
Yeah.
And Gordon is back out again. Remember, we saw him out there chatting a while ago. He's back in the race another time. Well over 40 laps down. Ricky Craven just pitting, car 41. He's running in 10th position.
Here comes Earnhardt in the pits.
Leader coming on pit road.
Oh, had to lock him up because the 27 car was going to turn in front of him.
The 27 car is running the legal speed limit down through there, and Earnhardt wasn't. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's probably it. It's amazing how much Earnhardt gained.
Michael Waltrip from the Penzo Pontiac and needed this stop. Doug Hewitt and the guys go to work. Already done with the right sides. This pit crew getting better and better as the year goes on. 2 cans of gas going in, second one already in, and the Pontiac is down and away. Dick?
Dale Earnhardt in for his scheduled stop. This is precisely where they wanted to fit. It was a good stop for Dale Earnhardt. 2 new men on the crew tonight.
Saw the leading Pontiac come in. That was Michael Waltrip, the leading Chevrolet, and the leading Ford is still out there. Ricky Rudd in number 10. Now here's Schrader, overall leader in the race. That will push Rudd up into the lead. He had been in second.
Ricky Rudd
and Rudd's pitting.
Rudd almost spun coming off pit road.
Come on so hard.
Yeah.
Well, Ken Howes and the guys go to work on the Budweiser Chevy. They're going to make a track bar adjustment on this car. He's trying to get this car tightened up just a little bit right now. Already onto the left-hand side. There goes the wrench goes in to make the track bar adjustment. 2 turns around. Already done. Good stop for Schrader's team. Steve?
Randy, Ricky Rudd pulling off a pit road. He just radioed into his crew. He said, I think I have a right front tire going down. The crew is very excited about the stop. They've got him down and away.
Bobby Labonte has inherited the lead in car number 18. Blake Speed in 9 is up to second.
I tell you, see, the way Schrader and them made a track bar adjustment, they can do that in the pits now. And they have a weight jack bolt that hooks to the track bar. And they can go up or down with it. And it takes about 8 or 10 rounds to actually make like a ½ inch, I think.
There comes Labonte in. He was leading. Making his pit stop.
Joe Gibbs, number 18. Eases on in. Here's Randy.
Well, the 18 car has made a nice stop. Jimmy Maycar and the guys go to work. Jimmy on the jack. He is the crew chief on this car. Already around the left side. Left side tires him off. Second can of gas goes in. Cleaning the windshield. He's revving the engine. Guns it and gone.
It was a good stop.
327-mile mark was where they made that stop, the Joe Gibbs car. And look at this racing.
No matter what, they make them pit stops and they all get back out there in the same place and they start racing against each other.
Yeah.
There goes 10 out of 25.
And that's for the lead.
Yeah. The 10 was looking awful good there at the end of that run.
Yeah, he was coming on. He was just a little at a time.
Rudd around Schrader. And you see the bruised number 2 back on the track. Rusty Wallace trying to stay in that point hunt.
And I see the 28 cars back out on the racetrack. I wonder if Randy could talk to them to find out what was the problem.
Good idea. We'll get to that story. See what the story is on car number 28. Lapping Loy Allen. The leaders, Rudd and Schrader.
It's a Ford and a Chevrolet, and you know, I think the playing field has got a lot equaler this week.
Green flag pit stops have been completed. We'll get ready to take a break here, then come back and sort out the field for you. But suffice it to say, Rudd, Schrader, Labonte, and Earnhardt are the front 4, and Terry Labonte 5th. Traffic. No, change that. Leaders in traffic. Schrader and Rudd continue to whoop on each other out here. Here they are under Derek Cope in car 12. And what a battle they're having, and Bobby Labonte has caught them up as well. Take a look at those pit times.
When they get close to racing with each other, then that's what happens. But Bobby gained a pit stop that time. He made a really good pit stop, and that put him right back up there. When they got to racing, then that really puts him right back up there.
There you see the front 2, and we'll show you Bobby Labonte just right behind them to get an idea of how much he's made up in that 18 car. Right there in 3rd. A little further back, Marlin and Earnhardt in pretty good war for 4th. I can't remember a 600 last year. The 600 at this point was so stabilized. There wasn't any of this kind of thing going on.
I tell you, I was a part of it. And, I wish I would have been able to stink up the show at 600.
Drive off.
But you know, it was competitive, but nowhere near this competitive. And I think that's what makes Winston Cup racing get better and better, because we're seeing that type of racing.
And nobody's checking out on nobody, that's for sure.
Right.
Terry Labonte moving in on Earnhardt, 5th and 6th there.